subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
simultaneously over joints we rock.
We earn
30 years so you can say we got
3 turns.
Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
We install doubt in you and your yes men.
And if the game had veins, we'll insert
upheaval the ground.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing, relieving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all, beat and flow.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
What you talking about? Space it out your mind.
But can you rock it like rockets, fool?
That's a close encounter of what kind?
Ready, set, stay, back. Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Turn it up, y'all, beat and flow.
Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, we giving the show.
But can you rock it like rocket
What you
fuel?
talking about? Space it out your mind.
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a
fool?
close encounter of what kind?
Ready, set, stay, back. But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
Yeah. When I've been up this magic. When I've been up this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, daylight lights, camera action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. When I've been up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get drown out my problems, let me
Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Atlanta Falcons. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go now. 50, plant.
All day, every day.
They'll run on first down. Saunders, call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Going deep for Diggs. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Hey, watch the slant.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9, Watson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Here we go again.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The kick by Maher is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Ready, ready. 70, Indy.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. This one caught by Ridley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Let's go.
6-6, bullet high.
51.
Get it.
From the 38, Locke. It's wearing the tight end with it. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 21. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I'll just figure there's something wrong with the football.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Let's go.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And that's caught by Smith. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
51, Mike 51.
Lock now on 3rd and goal. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Vincent Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, it's not going to. We still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. Back now in Atlanta's second quarter action, the Falcons with the football. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out. Watson, off play action. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is taken at the 23. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Keep it up, guys.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. The open man is Smith. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Ridley. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Ready, ready. 18 Gator.
Watch it before. Let's go, team.
Hey, Haywood.
It's going to be a long day. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Deep rip.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Lock. And Diggs has it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Hey, orbit.
Strip that ball. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Bravo.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Locke. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I got you, boy. Check 50.
This is Richard. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Richard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. It's the Patriots with the early lead over the Bills. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. To throw it is locked. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong, you know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Watson now to throw. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Tighten down. There you go.
Now Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Brown, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Let's go.
From the gun, here's Watson. Staying on his feet. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's fourth down.
Yeah, and that play was pretty well doomed right from the start. The pressure was really affecting him. Collapsed everything in the pocket. He had to move around, try to get it downfield. Incomplete.
Sheds off the tackle. Now, sometimes those punt returns can yield some unnecessary roughness penalty.
Now, I know a lot of guys, when they run a long way to execute a block or make a hit, they're going to launch it no matter what, and it can often cost them.
On the ready.
57's right.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Kahale Waring as the first half is winding down. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Watson. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
31. Hey, Mike, 20. It's our time.
Out of the gun, Watson. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Incomplete on the deep ball. Results in a 4th down.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. The final shot before the break. Watson going for the deep ball. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times? We sat in meetings with coaches, and they use the term complementary football. Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On the ground, Richard. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
1st and 10 at the 30.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try the air now with Watson. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Watson. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
You got tight. You got tight right there. Whip. 22, check. Cover. 22.
Here's a give to Richard. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Defensively, they rallied the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. On 4th down, Watson. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. On the draw, Richard. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons! Jalen Richard, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey, exit.
On 3rd down, Lock. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Well, flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Here's Watson. This one caught by Ridley. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. To throw is Watson. He'll dump this one off to Lindsey. Give him 3 yards there on the first down pickup. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 50-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
He's not going to get me. Ringo, 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 Ringo. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. I'm coming. 45, 45. Mike, 45. 24.
From the 50, it's Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Moss. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the curl. Check, watch it. Alert.
Here's Watson. Step, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Preston Brown make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Saunders. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now Ridley. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to the ground. It's Ridley again. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Locke to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. A shotgun snap for Watson. He'll find Lindsey here. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. Here we go on 4th. Watson, man open, it's Moss, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons. Watson now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. Now it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. They'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, wow, I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Watson now to throw. That's going to be caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
And no time now. 45, Mike, 45. Check pass.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though